What's up, everybody? OMB. Appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified for future videos. Yo, so you want to be a truck driver, huh? Everybody wants to be a truck driver. Well, you're talking to a former truck driver or former owner operator. You know what I'm saying? Started off in the business, I'd say the first 4 years as a company driver. All the rest I own my truck. You know what I'm saying? And then I got rid of it, sold it. It's like, nah, I'm done with it. Cause I gotta talk to you drivers. But I want to give you the story here, cause we always hear about the A+ side, how much money you can make in trucking, this, that, and the third. A lot of y'all think y'all gonna go in there making that type of money. You're not, okay? Unless you got a dad who owns a truck and y'all driving together, or a cousin, or an aunt, somebody who owns a truck who can get you your license, stick you in that truck, and you work with them and they pay you. As long as you going to work for a company, you ain't gonna be making all that money when you first get in there. And I'm gonna tell you how you could make good money when you in there, but it's for a sacrifice. Anyway, Florida truck driver charged with motor vehicle homicide and crash that killed father and 7-year-old son. Y'all think them trucks a joke? You better respect them. A Nebraska judge set a now this is what gets me. A Nebraska judge set a $50,000 percentage bond for the Florida semi truck driver accused of a crash that killed a La Vista father and son on I-80 in Lincoln. I believe that's Nebraska. Yeah, it is Nebraska. Saturday. Now, here's one thing I want to talk about, this wording. A percentage bond? It's just a bond. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Prosecutors charged 50-year-old Yorkwin Crawford with 2 counts of motor vehicle homicide and willful reckless driving. Willful. Whoa. He was operating a semi when he crashed into 7 vehicles. 2 of the individuals died at the scene and 5 were taken to the hospital with injuries. Mark, I can't even pronounce that name. Oh, I ain't even going to pronounce their name. I'm just say their first name. Mark, 41, and Taylor, 7 years old, were killed. They were heading to the Huskers football game. Nebraska State Patrol investigators said speed and inattention were factors in the crash. Crawford allegedly continued driving over a mile after hitting the first car before stopping. Whoa. Crawford's attorney of Omaha said his client was cooperative with officers after the crash. Of course he was. He was tested for drugs and alcohol at jail. There was no indication he was under the influence. I'll tell you what drivers are under the influence of. I don't know if my client poses much of a danger to the community. I understand that he lives in Florida, but I believe he would pose a flight risk as well. I don't know if he was being sarcastic there, but if I had an attorney and you would tell somebody that I pose a flight risk, you're fired. It says Lancaster County Court judge also set additional conditions on his bond. I am going to make a condition of the bond that he waive extradition and he's not to operate a motor vehicle. Okay. It says Foxwell said he believed his client would be able to post bond, which is just $5,000, y'all. They say a percentage bond. Ain't that 10%? That's the going thing for bonding, 10%, unless the judge say otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But let me give you a story first. And they said inattention. I wonder what the hell he was doing in that truck where you drove over a mile. Because something happened to me. Let me tell you. And it changed me big time as far as driving. This is for you people who are out there, you rookies, and you guys who are talking, you guys and women and whoever you are, you're trying to get into trucking. This is what you need to know. I want you to hear this story. So I forget where I was, but I was somewhere up north, and it was a bridge, and the bridge went up like this and went down like that. Well, as a truck driver, the one thing you want to do is you want to build your momentum before going up that hill so you won't be creeping up the, well, yeah, it's a hill. It was a big hill, though. So you won't be creeping up the hill at about 5 miles an hour, depending on your weight. Yeah, you probably won't go that slow. Probably about 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the grade. And I got my momentum up. Got up to the top. Started to come down. As I'm coming down, it's another little hill, so you don't see nothing in front of you. You think it's clear. Built up my speed again. This time was a smaller hill, so I was doing about a good 65, 70 miles an hour. As I get to that second hill and I get to the top, I see about a mile ahead of me. There is traffic completely, not even a mile, sorry, maybe about a quarter of a mile. And yeah, quarter of a mile ahead of me, traffic was completely stopped. Mind you, I'm doing about 70 miles an hour. Probably got about 44,000 inside the box. Yo, excuse my language, but I shitted on myself, yo. And this the first thing I did. I hit that doggone engine brake, and then I just stabbed it, moved it to the side on the shoulder, and I avoided an accident. Yo, that was the scariest thing that ever happened to me in trucking, because I thought I was going to go careening through traffic. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, when you come up to these hills and stuff like that, you slow your ass down when you get to that top. Just be don't worry about them people behind you. Screw them. Tell them there's other lanes there for a reason. Take your ass around. If another truck driver want to be a dumb truck driver, they call them super truckers, go ahead and let him do it. He'll be the one flipped over, or the one that would careen through all them cars. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, it changed. I started driving 60 miles an hour. I put that sucker in cruise, and I saved a lot of fuel. Remember, I was an owner operator, so I was paying for my own fuel. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, you have to really respect them trucks and expect the unexpected when you in trucking. Now, as far as what we were talking about here, and what I think when they was testing him for drugs and stuff like that, what he was under the influence of, let me tell you what truck drivers are under the influence of. Time. Everything is time. If you take a load and you say you're going to be there 2 hours and it delivers in 2 hours, you be there 2 hours or ahead of time. A lot of these truckers get in a rush because they know that their time is getting slim, and they want to get that next load, drop this one off and get that next load. They get in a rush, and next thing you know, you get stuff like this right here. I don't know if that happened, but they said that speed and inattention. Now, if you're saying inattention, I see cell phones as inattention. Let me see. There's plenty looking out the window, looking at something too long. Every time you look in that truck, make it a split second. Boom, 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 and you keep on focusing. This has to be something constantly done every second. Even if it's just every 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whatever seconds you choose, you better be looking around your ass. Know what the hell is around you at all goddamn times. Because you going to see them. The mirrors ain't lying to you. They may lie to you about the distance, but they ain't lying to you that they're in your square. When you see them, they're there. And then another thing, the way they running trucking now is the reason why I got up out of it. They stick them damn computers in there. And it could have been a thing where his computer said that, you have to pull over because now you have to take these breaks every 4 hours, something like that. You know, I ain't quite remember. It's been a little while. You know what I'm saying? And the computers are set up to where they tell you, hey, you're nearing that time, you need to pull over. And when you get to that time, you better pull over because your company is going to call you and tell you. Now, they give you some leeway, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people look at it as pushing the red button. Oh, my God, let me go to the park. I got to get this load. I got to get this load. It's always a rush. It's always a rush. Me driving 60 miles an hour, no matter where I went, got me where I wanted to go anytime I wanted to get the times that I need to be, and a lot of times beforehand. Most of the time, actually 100% of the time, I'm going from South Carolina. I'm just giving you an example of one of my loads. I went from South Carolina to Laredo, Texas. Long ride, about 1,300 miles, 1,200 miles, maybe even 1,400. You know what I'm saying? I drove 60 miles an hour the whole time. Now, I noticed that there were other trucks who were passing me. And then I noticed through my trip there, all the way to Texas, which took about 2.5 days, these same trucks were passing me constantly. The whole time we got to Laredo. They didn't get there no quicker than I did. And I'm dead serious, B. Because it seemed like they got to stop more because they burning more fuel. Well, I'm just moseying on by. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that, especially if you're an owner-operator. You want to conserve fuel. One year I spent like $55,000 in fuel because I wanted to hot dog it. Y'all got a fast truck now. Slowed that down to 60 miles an hour. Knocked off about 20,000. Yeah, it's that serious. You know what I'm saying? So just a little advice for you aspiring truck drivers. Oh, another thing. Don't think that you're going to go in there and make all this money. You got to have experience, you know what I'm saying? And you got to build a rapport. And then when your dispatcher is off and you get the idiot next to him who don't want to deal with you, you're really going to have a fun time. Trust me, it's a lot of stuff that goes on in these truck stops, the bathrooms, everything. But I'll do that in another video because this one is a bit too long anyway. O&B signing out. Peace.